Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? Yeah, I guess I'll leave that there. So, we are going to be doing an early look today at the Carraro Pack coming out the 22nd, which would be Tuesday, this upcoming week. Welcome in, Big Vito. Thank you for that hydrate, sir. Not much. How you been, bud? Let's see. We're going to we're gonna buy this field here. It's right close to the store, makes life easy on us. Especially when my back is not being very nice today. We're just gonna take this field here. Well, I appreciate it all the same. How's it going, Michael? Yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of play testing here on Volcano Island. Try out some of these Carraro vehicles. See how they do. Grass work is expensive. Good to hear, Vito. Good to hear. I don't know how long I'll be able to stream today, but I'm going to try and put in at least a couple of hours for you guys. Dave was kind enough to give me an early access code for this, so I better take advantage and show it off to you guys. Alright, productions. Orchards. Let's get some grapes in here. Cannot be planted in August. Oh, bite me. Oh, where the hell am I? Seasonal growth. Off. Guess my butt. Off. Off. Off, off. I see you haven't lost your touch, Mr. Vito. Nope. Supposed to go to there, stupid. Did you? What was it something with one of the new updates, or was it just something else going on? Oh, heck no. I don't have the creativity to do the vineyard contest. I just want to show off some of the Antonio. Oh, that would do it. Yeah. Yeah, that's similar to like boom storage, where it takes everything. If you've got anything on the map that would create product, it would distribute to that as well. And I lack the creativity to usually do anything in those contests. That, and I already have a 3060 Ti, so... Hello?
Morning.
Morning. Yeah, that'd do it. It's got some pretty neat tractors in it. This is my first personal look at it. I'm just throwing in a few orchards here quick to, how's it going, Mr. Hyam? Thank you for that tier 1 sub. 15 months now.
Woohoo! How you doing?
Oh, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't leave bed yesterday hoping it would help my back, which apparently has not done any good for my back.
Sorry to hear, brother.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the weather getting warmer or what, but the last few days have been not pleasant.
No, it's never is. Yeah, I've been having issues with sinuses and all that fun stuff with the changing of the weather too, so I always hate the transition periods.
You don't actually need to create a gap for the solid fertilizer spreader. It can fit down the rows. We're just throwing some grapes and olives up quick. We're gonna fast forward time here to get these things ready to harvest. We'll pick up the Antonio equipment for doing some fertilizing and stuff like that, and we'll kind of have a little play around with some things.
Hey, Big Vito. How you doing?
Yeah, that's the one I used before, was the Amazon. It works phenomenal. It fits right down the rows, and it'll do 45 meters or something like that. Dave was kind enough to give me the early access code, so I didn't want to pull a boomhauer.
Why? What do you mean pull a boomhauer?
He got early access to FS22 and then didn't stream it an ounce, if you recall.
Oh, that's right, he didn't. Oh. I forgot about that, because it was everybody else, wasn't it? Yeah.
I didn't want to pull a boomhauer.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you.
So, alright.
And on other news, that SpaceX, that's looking mighty sexy spaceship. Mighty sexy.
Oh, yeah, you haven't seen my new background, have you?
No, I haven't. Doing good, Vito. Doing good.
How's that for a mighty sexy spaceship?
Oh, that is a mighty sexy spaceship. Uh-huh.
You know, they've already got the first segment and a half of the Florida launch tower completed, ready to head for...
Holy crap, those guys are moving.
They are replicating this tower in Florida for a Canaveral launch tower, and they're a section and a half built already.
Yeah.
Good morning, Brad. Glad to see you. Says who be there, Vito? I'm mature rating now. Yes, the big fucking rocket. My bad if I hurt anybody's ears. But yes, it is amazing that they can use these little spindly arms to pick that thing up
and move it around.
Drop it right over the top, and yeah, well, where I was doing so much 7 days, I figured it was a good idea to go to mature. So I have switched things over. I've still got to fix chat filters and stuff, but yes, I've gone to a mature rating now. Uh, simply for the fact of while I was doing 7 days, it kind of with the characters and stuff. But
Yeah, it's kind of not a PG game by any means in there.
that's not a problem, is it, Brad? I still try to keep my speech a little more PG-ish, but extension, go with the sides, the wide tires,
It's a
why
goofy
not?
looking thing.
Yeah, but it's kind of cool too.
How fast does it? 19. How fast does it go? 20 miles an hour?
Something like that.
Ugh.
18.
Sad. Needs bigger motor.
Yeah, we're just gonna. I mean, this thing here looks more like a drag tractor where it's so sloped back.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that is
But
really
it
goofy
kind of
looking.
looks cool too.
It does. It does. It's neat in there. I like the small 4-track in there. So once I get that pack, I'm going to be running around with those for doing my vineyards and orchards and stuff like that.
Yeah, they've.
What is
I
that?
mean, they're all smaller equipment, but
Yep.
you know,
Kinda neat.
it's
What you could do with them though.
yeah. I mean, I kind of like them.
Yep.
It beats
No.
these super narrow looking Fent things and stuff like that that are designed
Oh yeah,
to.
for sure. Yeah, no doubt.
You know, they just don't look right with the
No.
where they're like super narrow. These ones actually look like they would fit vineyards very well.
Yep.
So we're gonna kind of grab one of everything. I mean, this one actually looks pretty beefy looking for a tiny 98
Yeah, that
horse
does.
tractor.
It's the tires. Yep, it's the white tires on there that looks kind of cool. 100 horsepower. I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at. I mean, my 13 or my 1510 is only 40 horsepower. So,
Yeah,
you know, so I mean, it's that the other one I want.
yeah. I mean, they look kind of cool. I mean,
Yep. The 4R. Yeah, because that's
yeah, the Mach
articulated.
4. Yep, it's articulated. I
Yep.
believe this one is too.
Is that what is the half track articulated?
I believe
It
so.
doesn't
Yeah.
look like it. You can't go underneath it, can you?
Well, you can kind of see right at the back of the cab, and we'll as soon as
Yeah,
I
we'll
get
take a look at
everything
it.
in, we'll take a really good look at it all and see.
Yep.
I need a FERT spreader. The Amazon is perfect for doing vineyards. I find this thing to be perfect for doing vineyards. Yeah, they're all basically articulated.
They are. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, even that one is articulated. Oh, they all are. Oh.
Well, this one's not, but most of them are. Yeah.
Oh, that one's not. Oh, actually, that one looked like it would. Yeah. Oh, that one's not either. Okay. When's the pack released?
The 22nd, so Tuesday.
Tuesday. Cool.
I don't know. Maybe this one's not articulated.
Yep. No. Okay, the other one is. I thought.
Yeah, the 4-track one is. I'm pretty sure.
I like the half tracks.
It just doesn't look right. I'm sorry. That does not look right at all.
No, it doesn't. Well, Case has its Magnum. That X-Man used a lot in 19. That was half track. In there too. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
It
see,
looks like it's something out
this
of
this
World
is
War II.
articulated.
That is a sexy little tractor.
Yeah, I mean,
If
for
you can't
doing your
afford a
vineyards, it's a
9RX, you can afford one of these. The spreader's bigger than the tractor. You got that right.
I mean, the tracks even look really cool. Look at the design on the
Oh,
tracks
they look gnarly.
with the
Those are
3D.
gnarly. Oh, those are gnarly looking tracks.
I do kind of like them.
Yep.
But they've got some really good detail to these. with the bull bars. They've got the front 3 points available on everything. They're
I'm
perfect
surprised.
little.
Yeah.
Uh,
Little
they're perfect little tractors for this. I mean, even look at
for
this one
doing.
here.
Yep.
I mean, you've got a decent looking interior to it. Let's buy some fertilizer so we can go fertilize our fields quick. Give me a minute. It's been a bit. Well, we're about to find out.
Is this on your normal save or is this new one?
Nah, this is just on Volcano Island.
Oh, you just started up on Volcano Island? Yeah. Yep. You're going to need a
this thing might need a wait.
might need a big weight in there for it.
All right, let's find a front wait. Wait. Let's go with the Agco 1500.
Oh, that poor little tractor.
Now, in reality, we all know this would collapse this tractor, but, you know, it's farm sim. Physics are
Optional.
optional. Oh, look at how the cab articulates.
Oh, the cab. Oh, okay. Huh. Don't try this at home, kids. I told you that was too big of a weight for that little tractor.
It's just right. Tell me it's too big. That's not what she said.
I was about to go there, but you got there first.
Of course I got there first. See, this fits right down the rows. And as long as you have the rows straight, which I don't.
Oops.
I don't have my wheel set up, so pardon me, folks. This is going to be interesting, to say the least. Yeah, I like how the front end articulates separately.
Yeah.
Not necessarily articulated like a 9RX.
But for the suspension, it does so you have. It's like in a front end loader, the back axle almost in there, but it's a whole cab that does it, which is interesting.
But yeah, not only did SpaceX start doing the cryo testing on the large rocket, Scurvy,
Saw that.
they landed a booster for the 12th time
I know.
the other day.
They're getting good at those. I saw that launch.
They said 10, and now they're at 12 and counting.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
I think they're going to go until it doesn't look, and then they'll have to retire them. It looks like, but they've had fantastic success.
They check them out after every flight before they fly again. So.
Oh yeah, they have to.
It's gonna be until it doesn't check out. They'll just keep going.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, it's pretty cool to see.
Indeed. Now, how were you able to plant the vines in August?
I turned seasons off for this.
Oh, okay, all right. It just didn't reflect. Okay, yep,
Yeah, seasons, because I just turned them off,
yep.
type of
It
thing.
didn't reflect the month.
How's it going, soft stuff? Yeah, this was just kind of to check out some of the equipment. I want to get things fertilized. This would be a lot easier if I wasn't using the keyboard controls that I'm not familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
But it gives me a little practice for FSL too.
There you go.
How's it going, Charles ZA? The Uncharted warehouse only has the stuff that's in the Uncharted map, whereas the Wolf Creek warehouse has all of the stuff from Wolf Creek in it as well.
Yep. So you
So
need to...
in this case, Dave's Wolf Creek might be further updated with additional products that aren't available yet in Uncharted. So Boom made separate warehouses for them. The first official tournament is in May, I believe, is what NBC said. Not a problem, Eric. And it's what? All Z, Control Z.
I can't wait for precision farming to come out.
Yeah, that's April 19th even.
Yep. That's coming up close. We're a month away.
Yep, month away from that one. This Antonio Carraro Pack's in a couple of days.
Yep. Good. I'm glad to see them start pumping this stuff out, so.
Yep, indeed. Ah! This is a lot easier when you have a steering wheel and you can better control yourself.
That's what she said.
Yes. It also helps a little bit when you don't have a tractor that's quite as touchy.
Yeah.
So if you're not familiar with precision farming, in 19 it came out. Basically what it does is it adds different soil types and things. So you'll have several different soil types. Crops will grow better depending on the soil type. If it's sandier, it gives bonuses to certain types of soil, to crops and so on. You can do your own soil testing to see what you have available for soils, or you can, in the new version, pay to have your soil mapping done. It also gives you the one of the benefits is you will only use enough fertilizer to get the ground to where it needs to be for the that's one of the reasons why I kept having issues. I've still got my steering wheel hooked up, it's right here, but it was twisted just a little bit, so the tractor kept wanting to track off to one side.
Oops.
I noticed once I got to the end and I was trying to drive back straight. So, like, if the pH of the field is at a certain point, you'll only use enough lime to get the pH to the optimal levels for whatever's planted there. Or just to the optimal levels, I should say. Like soybeans, for example, don't really use fertilizer as much. They don't need fertilizer like some other crops do, so when you plant soybeans, it will reflect that in that you won't have to fertilize the crops, really. If you fertilize to the level of corn, for example, and then plant certain other crops following that corn, you may not actually have to fertilize them because the corn will use up so much, but you have to fertilize to a certain level. There's things like that it does, and a whole lot of other features.
And if you notice, when Darius, was what were you spreading? Fertilizer or lime?
Fertilizer.
Fertilizer. It will tone down those rates.
Yep.
For you automatically, so you don't have to worry about it in there. So you're not using a stack flat rate of fertilizer, stack flat rate of lime.
Yep.
They were also doing, weren't they doing seed population in there too?
I think
thought.
there's gonna be seed population in the new one. Let's see if they've.
I thought there was. I could be wrong now though on there for it. Not to overtake your stream by any means.
No. Here is, because somebody had asked. So, here is some of the precision farming stuff. You'll have improved soil maps. Where you'll have the loamy sand, sandy loam, silty clay. These maps are made per map by the map maker. So they'll create these maps in there, and depending on what you're planting into them, some will do better than others depending on what the ground type is. You can do the soil sampling yourself, where you have certain pieces of equipment that will sample the soil, or you can, in the new version, pay to have it sampled for you if you don't have the time or don't feel like doing it. There's also an environmental score I see now on this image that has me curious.
Yeah, they went into that. I think that is more for crop rotation in there.
Yep.
For optimum yield, I don't know. I mean, it's unfortunate.
Yep.
It's like with anything that Giants posts out, we usually have more questions than answers.
Yep. Yeah.
There,
See, with fertilizers now, application rate will be calculated based on the current vehicle speed and what the field is. So you would have it would only apply a certain amount of fertilizer depending on what's needed for that field. So yes, this is part of the Precision Farming DLC, which is a free DLC coming April 19th. And they did mention, as you were saying, Scurvy, in addition to improved features, new version will include crop sensors, environmental score system, as well as variable rate seeding, drilling, and variable rate weed control.
Oh, the weed control. Yeah, so your spraying is
yeah,
controlled there too, which makes sense because you're going through a lot of fertilizer, you're going through a ton of lime, a ton of herbicide.
Yep.
In there. I'm wondering if they're going to be rolling out some pesticide stuff in there too.
It's a possibility. So, yeah, you'll see on the front of some of these, like on the front of this is a crop sensor right here. So you would put it on the front of the tractor, it senses the crop. I'm going to guess that this is in relation to herbicide or fertilizing, and what it's doing is it's varying the application rate of the fertilizer or herbicide that's on the back of this. So you'll only spray weeds where the weeds are. Instead of the entire field being covered, what Precision Farming did in 19 was you would have patches of weeds in your field instead of the entire field being blanketed with weeds. I'm guessing that's going to come back in an improved way. So now you'll have things like these crop sensors that as you're going across the field will sense the weeds and apply only where it senses the weeds. Martin Mai coming in with a tier 1 sub, 10 months now. Thank you very much, Martin. I do appreciate that very much.
How you doing?
So yes, this will be coming in April 19th with the Precision Farming, soil map purchasing, variable rate manure fertilizing. So when you're applying manure, it'll vary the rates depending on, again, what kind of crop you have, how much fertilizer it needs for that particular field, and so on. The economic, I'm wondering if the economic analysis will be tied potentially to crop prices.
Could be. I mean, that very well could be in there too. So
I don't know, Kumar. I'm assuming you'd still have the 15% less yield, but instead of the entire field being covered, it might be parts of the field, so you'll only see the yield hit where those spots are. And how's it going there, Aussie Wheels? How are you doing? So again, yield optimization with the lime. If you look at this image here, current pH is 6. The optimal pH for loam that they're on is 6.75, so it's only using the amount of lime needed to go from 6 to 6.75. After you've planted and had a crop go through here, the lime might drop down to 6.5. So if you lime again, you're only going to be using a very small amount of lime to bring it back to that optimal point. That's the whole thing with precision farming. Here is your nitrogen values for your soil. So you can see right now there's 0 kg per hectare on these parts of the fields. There's 20 or maybe 40 on this section. It's hard to see the colors. This could be 20 and 40, or it's kind of hard to tell what's what compared to this. But certain crops might want 160 kg. Certain crops might only want 80 kg. So if they only need 80, you're only going to use the fertilizer needed to get it to the optimal amount of fertilizer for that crop. See, like in this case, now they're on sandy loam that only wants a 6.5 pH. It's already at that, so even though this is on and it looks like it's applying, it's not actually using any of your pH, your lime, to on that section of the field. Here it is putting down slurry. Now with this, the way this worked, at least in 19, was you had to have a crop planted before you could fertilize, or what would happen is it wouldn't know what was going in there, so it had no idea what rate to put the fertilizer on at. I'm guessing it's probably the same way, but in this case, I still see a lot of stubble here, so I'm not sure on that one.
I'm wondering.
But this shows applying slurry amount depending on soil yield potential, loam. So you see right here, it's showing 20.
20, so
It's
doing it.
applying up to 100, which would be half the fertilizing that would go on. So it's only going to use the amount of slurry needed to get it to this point.
Yep, that'll be nice. That'll be really nice.
And see here, it crossed into a point where now it's crossed into sandy loam, which wants a different amount. So the application rate changes.
Yep.
See, now it's adding nitrogen on top of stuff. This crop is growing. See, nitrogen level for optimal value wheat on loamy sand. It wants it at this 180 kg. So it's adding from the current point up to that. Jers53 coming in with a prime sub 3 months in a row now. I appreciate that very much, Jers. Thank you indeed. So a lot of that stuff will be included with the precision farming. Then you have this economic analysis. You'll actually be able to see how many soil samples and how much you've used to sample a field, how much lime you've put on in its cost, fertilizer, the whole 9 yards. So you can see these values in total and per harvest. So you can see how much yield you've gotten and what your earnings to cost ratio was for each harvest, one harvest over harvest over harvest. Because it'll show you total values or since the last reset. So you can reset at the end of every harvest, and you'll be able to see for each harvest what you've put into it, how much cost it was. It included the whole 9 yards, including fuel, vehicle maintenance used on that area, AI helpers. You have to place down an RTK base station, Well, you don't have to, but you can. And what it does is it increases the efficiency of workers. You'll use less seed, fertilizer, lime, fuel, and so on for placing this down. I think it was 15% in 19.
Something like that.
But yeah, there's a lot of features that come with precision farming. I absolutely loved it in 19.
Oh, so all of us did in SGA for sure.
Yeah, it
It
definitely
changed
had
the
a
game.
lot of it made a lot of changes to the game. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. It's really more realistic, and that's one of the things I wish they released it at the beginning of the game instead of having to wait
Yep.
for it. But it's only been what 3 months,
Mhm.
4 months.
Yep.
4 months now because December, January, February, March. Yeah, 4 months now. So it'll be 5 months. Not too bad.
Yep.
So
So yeah, there's a lot to that particular thing. This is actually a little pallet mover.
oh, is that what it's for? I was curious on there for it. Does it have auto load?
It'll carry 1,000
Oh, it's
liters.
a tipper. Oh, I didn't realize it was a tipper.
It can be, if it's
Huh.
got the sides on it.
Neat. Hey, Jers.
Fits right down the rows nicely.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool. Little tiger cat. Oh yeah, look at that. Isn't that cool? And you can tip side left and right too.
Nice.
Isn't that something?
That's cool.
Be good for moving like pallets of eggs around and stuff like that, I think.
Yeah. Yep.
Little tiger car. It's pretty cool looking.
Indeed. I like it. Can't wait to play with the pack on Tuesday.
Yeah. I mean, this thing just looks space age.
Yeah, it does. Yep. Aerodynamics.
I mean, it'll do 24.
Will it go up that hill though? That's what you should do. You should do a hill climb challenge.
Dave already did actually in his stream the other day. He was doing hill climbs.
Oh, did he? I missed it.
He was doing it on Volcano Island. Can this make it up the hill type of thing?
Yep, that did.
Didn't quite make it up that though.
No,
That's almost sheer
though.
vertical.
Yeah. You have some good traction there if you're trying to do that.
Oh, see, if I didn't go from the reason it lost it was because of the high speed. I'd already been going fast when I hit the hill, so I slowed down too much trying to change gears.
Oh, you're doing manual transmission.
No, automatic transmission. But in the process of trying to shift gears, it lost momentum.
Oh, that's, yeah. Which is normal, which is how, you know, yep.
Yeah. I mean, it probably wouldn't do it with a trailer, but that's impressive. It's almost vertical. Sticks the landing. But yeah, and that's got quite a bit of flex to it. I think that's cool how it flexes the cab in that direction like that. Did a fair amount of flex to that cab. I mean, it is pretty little space age looking thing. It's kind of cool looking though. I could see myself using that. Let's see if it handles the fertilizer any better.
I don't think it could handle it any worse.
Well, where it's got the longer nose.
Frame on there. Yeah.
That's a negative, Ghost Rider. Pattern is full. Well, that looks a little funny with the occlusion on it. Your track some. Don't work. Wag the nose, waggle the nose. It's waving, Scurvy.
I see that. Hey, Richard Dower, how you doing?
How's it going, Dower? Yeah, it's waggling. Waggle, waggle, waggle. It doesn't like to move that kind of weight. This thing actually pulled it around some, but that other one is not doing very good. Oh, definitely, weight is definitely something to deal with in 22.
Absolutely, more so than it was in 19. That's for
Yep.
sure.
I mean, it'll do it with a weight on. This is a jab mobile right here.
Oh, absolutely.
Did you listen to it starting up, though?
No, I don't have you on stream. I have you.
That's actually pretty cool. Morning, Georgia.
Nice, I like that. That's not definitely a
Yeah, you
normal
kind of
one.
hear it.
Yep. Sounds like a very... Oh my god, look at him on there. That's ridiculous looking.
He's bigger than the tractor.
He's bigger than a tractor. Oh, that's hilarious.
I mean, this thing looks absolutely ridiculous with the 4 tires on it, but at the same time, it's like, it kind of looks cool, too.
Yep. Not for going down your vin rows, though, or your orchard rows. Be a little too
This
big.
one doesn't articulate. The seat moves quite a bit, though. I wonder, did that one come with a front 3-point? The 4400. Nope, that one does not get a front 3-point. 7600 comes with a front 3-point. That's not too bad. Let's curiosity, you know, cat, and the whole 9 yards.
Oh, that's gonna be way too heavy for it.
Oh, come on. If I can get away with the big spreader. Oh yeah, quite a few of these you can change driving direction.
Oh, that's neat. Huh. Wasn't that something?
It's kind of screwing me up though with this thing being backwards.
Yep.
When you lower the mower, it actually is able to drive. If you try to lift the mower, it doesn't work. See, if I go back here and I lift, it actually made it so I couldn't turn it first.
Yep. That's a big mower for a little tractor.
That's what she said. Insufficient power. Yeah, I suppose. It won't let me turn it on. Yeah, at least it warned me. I'm still mowing about 9 miles an hour. Look at that. It'll even windrow. Because it's the front mower.
You know, that's not a bad mower for getting up next close to your fields and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, good little setup for doing that.
Yep.
What else can we do with one of these things? Little mowers. That takes 180 horse. That takes 60.
What can't you do with it?
So far, it's doing pretty good with a lot of this stuff. Yeah, mulching. Let's see. Mulching. Grapes. Little mulcher. A little long reach one here. Let's use this one for the mulching. Yeah, it'd get down those rows just fine.
Is it mulching anything though?
Well, no, they haven't grown enough for it to actually mulch.
Oh, yeah, I thought you. Sorry, looking at monitor and then looking back over.
Yeah, I haven't actually
Hey,
grown,
Yosho, how
you know,
you
I
doing there,
haven't
bud?
advanced time any, so.
Yep.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure I showed off the Antonio Carraro Pack a little bit, so we're kind of messing around with some stuff. Yeah, the weight of the implement would definitely be one of those. Wow. Doing 24 in this thing down. You look like you're going wicked fast.
Yes, you do.
Going down the rows of the olives like that at 24. It's like Star Trek Warp 9.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty cool looking little cab for this.
Absolutely.
I was wondering if it was going to show the some of the stuff on the side with the up and down, but it's not. Well, it looks pretty decent. They did do a pretty good job with the models for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I
No
like
questions
the way
asked.
those tracks look. Those tracks actually look really,
Oh, they
really
look
amazing.
nasty. They look awesome.
They do look pretty cool. It's amazing how much better it goes down the rows when you don't have your steering wheel doing funny things to you.
You know, little things in life like that. Little things.
Yep. I mean, this thing for having two tracks on it will get down the road at about 22, 23 miles an hour.
Not too
Not
bad.
bad.
Nope, not bad at all.
No collision on that fence. Yeah, those tracks look pretty cool. I'd like to see those tracks available on other implements or on other tractors.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's see if we can't speed up, get by some time here. No, get out of the way. Thank you. Let's see, grapes, One of these little jobbies. We will need the grape harvester. And we will need an olive harvester as well. It's realistic, right?
No. Maybe if it was empty, but if it was full of anything, that tractor wouldn't go nowhere.
Hey, I've seen guys use side-by-sides to pull those things around full.
Yeah, true.
They just won't go up a hill.
No. If you cross in front of a soda can, it won't crush the soda can.
Ah!
It's dark. Actually, those would be handy for parking equipment. For trailers and stuff like that. Get them into tight little spaces in there.
Mm-hmm. Don't tell me I can't pull a trailer with something. Yeah, we need a little skinny trailer, but unfortunately these things dump out the back. They don't dump out the side or something like that. It'd be cool if this thing would, like, up and over the road to the side. This is the grape harvester, needs to go to the grape side. Not the olive
Usually
side, you
helpful.
dummy. Yeah, some skinny trailers for doing these things with. Alright, what haven't we messed around with yet? Let's grab this one here. The 10900. Morning there, Tech Mike. How you doing? Nope, nope. I want to go in a straight line. Stop picking me up. Straight line, please. Yeah, see, this one's articulated. It fits. If it fits, it ships. How's it going, not so grumpy dwarf? And then I open my mouth and promptly drive up a row of olives. these aren't exactly straight either, which isn't helping anything. I didn't get a haircut. Awesome, Grumpy. Nope, I'm in a little more pain today than usual, but same as I've been for the past, you know, couple of years. My beard's longer.
I did it. I finally shaved. I'm back to my normal goatee.
Aha. In this case, this is just the Antonio Carraro pack. This isn't actually a game update, per se. Ow.
Update was released on Thursday there, Tech Mike.
Yeah, 1.31. It was mostly just some, like, hot fixes for console and stuff. Yes, this is the Antonio Carraro DLC. I'm kind of showing off a little bit. I just want to advance some time so I can actually harvest some stuff and mess around a bit. So I've got it on super speed. Yeah, actually, it's the first update I've downloaded from Giants that went faster than, you know, 0.18 megabytes a second.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised. Struggling to save screenshots into the FS screenshot file.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Are
So
you
normal print
using,
screen
like, GeForce or print screen or...
AMD has their own thing there too, I think, right?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I'm not one of those AMD users. Yuck.
I'm assuming. I've got an NVIDIA card, though, so... My processor's AMD, but... graphics is not. Graphics is MSI. F12, where does F12 save to?
F12 is not print screen. Print screen is another button. It's usually the button right to the right of it.
Yeah, I've never used the F12 button. I think that's part of Steam.
Oh, if it's in Steam, it would be in one of your Steam hold on.
You have Steam, I'm guessing, Grumpy? You do. Alright,
Steam client, go to View. And screenshots is an option. It's fourth from the bottom there in your Steam app.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly where to...
But I don't know the file folder. Let's click on it and see what happens. View. screenshots.
Yeah, you can bring that up, but I don't know where. I remember doing it at one point, but I don't remember.
It goes to a weird spot. It
Yeah,
goes
if
to
you
like a
go to
user
view
data
screenshots,
Yep.
you can then select like FS19, and then if you hit show on disk, it'll show you where it saves it. But Steam saves it to a really weird spot.
That's goofy. Goofy,
And
goofy.
as far as telling it a different spot to save it,
Doesn't
I
look like it.
don't know if you can with Steam, because Steam kind of
Does its own thing.
does its own thing. Yes. Each game has its own different folder for that. It's really strange. Yeah, I wasn't sure how much the Antonio Carraro pack was, because I've got the season pass myself.
I'll be doing a few giveaways of that during the week. Or 1 week. Thanks.
I actually think I'm going to pick up that Humble Bundle Support Ukraine thing and give away a bunch of those at some point.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
In-game button for screenshot. See, I don't know, because I've got the Giants version. I've also got NVIDIA, and NVIDIA I can use, like I can hit Alt-Z and come into here to do, or it's Alt and F1 for screenshots. But, again, this one here saves to a different place than Steam saves it to. As far as Farm Sim goes, I don't know if there is a built-in. I'm sure there is.
It defaults to F12.
I was going to say that, Lewis. Yeah, I thought it was for Steam. It's F12.
Yeah, for Steam it is. If I hit F12, nothing happens.
Right. You would have to hit the print screen button in there.
Because I've got the Giants. F12 for Giants? Well, I've got the Power Tools too, so it just brings up Power Tools. It doesn't actually hit a screenshot. Cameras. See, in my case, save screenshot is the print screen button. Or it says print, but even though it doesn't seem to be doing anything. The season pass will include all of the DLCs. DLC. Yeah, Antonio by itself will be the $9.99. The Year 1 Season Pass will include the Antonio Carraro, Pack 2, Pack 3, and the expansion. How's it going, Sogwick?
How late are you going on until today there, Darius? Just curious.
I was just basically trying to show off the Antonio Carraro pack a bit for people.
Okay.
My back isn't going to let me stream for very long today, as it is.
Gotcha.
I'm already kind of am getting uncomfortable.
Gotcha.
So if you want to stream, by all means, I will raid at some point. I just want to show this off for people. if anybody has any questions, show them off and answer questions and stuff. Like I said, Dave was nice enough to give me a key to show it off early for people, so I wanted to make sure I did.
Nope, understandable. I was planning on going later on this afternoon, so I was just curious.
But
And then I'll get some
my
stuff.
back is already basically.
understandable.
I spent all day yesterday pretty much laying in bed.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Well,
Hopefully
the
it gets better
biggest
there
reason
for
the
you.
Season Pass has bad reviews on Steam is because people bought the Season Pass expecting to get things up front.
Yeah, and you don't.
It says right in it, the Season Pass is DLC 1, 2, 3, and the expansion, but none of that stuff has been announced yet. So, hey, dummy, none of that shit's out yet.
Yeah.
Read and then do stuff. Well,
Yeah.
exactly. Oh, the Season Pass has bad reviews. Yeah, because none of this shit's out yet for people.
Yeah.
The Season Pass includes Antonio Carraro, DLC 2, DLC 3, and the expansion. That's what I was just showing off. Straight from Giants. Come on. We're going to go to the DLC. Season Pass. Season Pass includes Antonio Carraro, which is coming out in a couple of days. Pack 2, which should be sometime this spring. Pack 3, which will be this summer. And the expansion coming out this fall. Now, we already know this is a $10 DLC. We can expect that Pack 2 and Pack 3 will probably also be roughly $10. The first expansion, I would imagine, would be $20, maybe a bit more. So now you've got $50 worth of products here for $40. You save money. Yeah, you still can't use it till the 22nd of March. So the Antonio Carraro might already be on Steam, but it's early.
Not released.
It hasn't been released yet. It's just telling you that you can purchase it if you want to. It's even on actually a 10% sale right now. But even if I were to buy it, 10% off at the moment, I still can't use it till the 22nd of March.
Yep. Look at the release date, fire folks.
So yeah, there's a lot of people that are saying that the Season Pass, or giving bad reviews to the Season Pass, but it says right in it, the Season Pass includes the Zeter 25K. So you get this Zeter 25K. I believe it also might include the Mac, the Black Beauty, and or the Black Anthem and the Black Beauty. I don't know. But it's the Antonio Carraro, Pack 2, Pack 3, and the first expansion. If we look at Farm Sim 19, how much was the expansion for 19? $20. Well, we can probably expect that year one expansion to be $20. We know the Antonio Carraro is $9.99. So there's a very good possibility that the next expansion will be roughly $9.99 or more. We had the Alpine DLC last year as a $20 DLC. We had the expansion, $20. We had these other couple of smaller DLCs, but when you look at it, Borgo was $8. So when you really think about it, if you were to have gotten a season pass that included the expansion, And the DLCs, well, there's $15, there's $20, there's $10, plus the expansion is $20. Well, now you're talking $60 worth of product for $30, $40, whatever it is. Yeah, so this one's 10. The next one could be 10 or 15. So now we know we're at 20 or $25. Then you've got another one coming after that will probably be $10 or $15, whatever the case. So now you're at $30 or $40. The first expansion will at least be 20, if not more, because we know the Platinum expansion in 19 was $20. So if the Platinum expansion was $20 and the first expansion for this one's $20, well, now we're at $50 or possibly $60 worth of value of all of those for $40. So people are basically giving a bad review to the Season Pass DLC because, well, it doesn't announce anything yet. Because they haven't announced anything yet. Yeah, it's a year one pass. So this year one, which could be as much as $60, as little as $50, but you're only spending $40 for it.
Mm-hmm. It's a deal.
And that's the other thing. In 19 we got more years worth of DLC for the same price. But a lot of that pricing and stuff was out of Giant's hands. Now, at the same time, too, we got 3 years worth of DLCs in 19, but a $4 DLC, a $5 DLC, this will ignore. The Alpine DLC, the Kverneland, the Burgo, this is 3 years worth of DLCs. You've got the John Deere Cotton, the Anderson, the Holmer was free. So you really only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 DLCs for $40. But ultimately, the price was about the same. So at the same time, if you get 4 DLCs per year, you're going to get a lot more total DLCs than you did in years past. So, it's a good possibility too, Shy Wizard, because I know in 19, if I recall, when I was on the PlayStation, the Season Pass started out one price, but then after they got to a certain point, that Season Pass price kicked up in price.
It was cheaper pre-order before the game released, because I purchased the game and got the deal for the Season 1 year pass before.
Yeah, because I think the Season 1 pass, when the first or second DLC was out, was only $25, and then it went to $40 eventually once they announced the expansions and stuff like that.
Yep.
So it could start out $40 and eventually go to $60 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, too, it sounds like Giants might be planning on releasing 3 or 4 DLCs per year. So if in 3 years, when the next game comes out, if it stays to the most recent schedule, we'd have 12 DLCs versus 7. So, it's too early to judge, in my opinion, on a DLC like that. So people are just, again, rushing to judgment. We don't know what's ultimately going to be included, what's ultimately going to be the final result of it all, because we haven't even gotten to the end of year one yet.
Nope.
And like I said, if it comes up with $60 worth of DLC for $40, well then it's a, you know,
Definitely worth
it's
it.
a deal.
Yep.
That's the idea. It's supposed to be a deal off the first year worth of DLCs.
Yep.
We'll see. You know, I mean, it's hard to say. But let's get some of this stuff so that we can harvest something and play around with hauling some stuff around with these tractors. Oh, come on.
Okay, Darius, I got to step away for a bit, but it's good to see you this
Yep.
morning, bud. Hope your back feels better for you.
Indeed. Cows start giving milk, I think, after they... What is it? 10? Maybe it's 14 months? I don't remember exactly. They're badass. Antonio Carraro was signed 2 years ago? Interesting. I had not heard that. Well, I ultimately wanted to do a stream on this yesterday, but barely got out of bed yesterday, so I spent most of the day sleeping or writhing in bed trying to watch videos on YouTube. Even now, my back is telling me I probably ought not be at the computer very long today. They are funny looking, yes. They're small tractors, but when you compare them to, example, the Landini, the little Rigitrack, this little Fendt Vario, you know, I mean, this little Fendt looks even funnier because it's like, wheek, looks like it was put into a press and squeezed. Yeah, heat pads do help a little bit. I've got one over here on the ground that I'll use occasionally that does help some. But in this case, I think a lot of it's from the weather changing. The weather's warming up some, so the swelling and arthritis in my back is playing up. Come on, daylight, please. Yeah, and steroid injections didn't help. They tried that. Unfortunately, I've been to many doctors in the last year, specialists of all kinds, and the end result is you have arthritis, sucks to be you. I have a slew of medications. Oh yeah, they tried steroid injections, they tried burning the nerves. Even burning the nerves didn't do anything. I'll tell you that hurt. In this case, it's my back. The arthritis, of course, being in my spine, swells up between the discs and pinches on nerves. Or I should say it swells up between the spine, like the discs swell. I can't lift diddly, can barely bend over. And I've got this one here for spasms and muscle, the muscles tightening up. I've got this one over here for arthritis, swelling and pain. I got this one for swelling and pain. I max out on this every day. I take some of this because it's supposed to help with arthritis, swelling, tart cherry extract. And all in all, some days it works, some days it doesn't. Here's another one I got for pain. That's all I can really do is try to distract myself. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But when the weather starts to swing, it does get a lot worse. And I think that's what it is the weather's warmed up quite a bit in the last week outside. And I think it's just playing up with my back. Darius, come here, handsome.
He's not gonna come because he sees that chicken.
Oh, my wife has chicken, never mind. I'm second fiddle. They looked at doing like surgery, but it's not something surgery's gonna help. They've done MRIs, I've been to 2 different back specialists. The rheumatologist is the one of them. Yeah. Last year was expensive in medical bills. Come on.
Get out.
Get bright enough so I can at least see, please. Alright. We have olives ready to harvest, so let's harvest some olives. I've got health insurance through my wife's work. I was in physical therapy for a while, but the health insurance denied me any further physical therapy because it wasn't helping. I was required to fill out a form every week to track how my back was doing, and after 5 weeks of basically showing no improvement, they denied me any further physical therapy. Unless I want to 100% pay for it out of pocket. At the tune of like $350 a visit. No, thank you. What did I get caught on? Yeah, that's pretty much what has been my existence for the past 17 months. And I've been fighting with the disability office because, well, obviously working is, well, nobody's wanted to hire me. when I don't know whether or not I can work if I have a bad day. I can't stand up at the counter long enough to make a sandwich without wanting to collapse. Yeah, it's fun. 38 years old and I'm a useless lump. So I try to do what I can to distract myself, but yep. In other news, morning Tadpole, how are you doing? Oh heck no, there, Sogwick. I will be probably streaming for maybe another half hour or so. I've already probably pushed it being at the computer as long as I have. Well, the first time I got denied for disability, it's because they said I don't have a disease that will last at least 12 months. Last I checked, arthritis doesn't ever go away, it only gets worse. Now I've got a lawyer fighting my case, so we'll see what happens. But even then, the appeal was only supposed to take 90 days before it would be assigned to a decision maker, and then a maximum of 90 days after that for a decision to be made. It took them 170 days to assign it because they're short-staffed due to COVID. So, yeah. Yep. Yeah, I've got a disability attorney that's fighting my case for me. Let's see how well this thing will pull 3,000 liters of olives around. Well, it is moving. But I'm going to go with a nope, it ain't going to make it up that hill. Yeah, I'm going to say no, it ain't going to make it up that hill. I mean, it'll pull it around on flat ground, but it ain't gonna pull it up that hill. That's for sure. Really? The fence doesn't have collision, but the little thingy does. That's awesome. I mean, it certainly tried. Certainly tried to get up the hill. No, I didn't want to hit F1, you stupid thing. That one gets the 35 horse. This one's only 19 horse. That one's 38. Doesn't look like any of them really have optional engines. TR and SR? What's the difference between the two? Yeah, they're definitely nice for tight spaces. What's the difference between the TR and the SR? It's my wife being
Disgusting?
What's the difference between these two? Oh, articulated? Could be. Because this is the TR. Yep. So the SR is articulated, the TR is not. Alright. That's the difference. Then you have the TTR, which has a slightly bigger fuel tank. Then you have the 2-track and the 4-track, which are heavier but have smaller fuel tanks than the TTR. They're equivalent to this 10900, but in the black. TTR is... Where's the TTR? Ah, this one, yes.
Ketchup?
Yes, traction does work. The more tires you have... Ooh, excuse me, the more tires you have, the more traction you have typically. But it all depends on what they have the numbers set to. I don't know if tracks are specifically better than tires. It depends on the what they've got it set to. Alright, let's maybe throw some grapes in. These should be ready to harvest soon. Yep, that's what the DLC is the Antonio Carraro Pack. All those tiny little tractors. Ten different tractors. Yeah, so, and some people will probably think the same thing, Tech Mike. Um, it ultimately comes down to what's your style of play. I could kind of see myself maybe using some of them. Especially like maybe that TTR with a mower on it for doing some of the tighter areas. Around fields or in and around buildings and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, it all depends on your playstyle. Some people will love these, others will not. You know, I mean, I can see them being good if you're doing a lot of vineyard and orchard work, because that's kind of what these tractors are designed for, is being able to fit down the rows of the vineyards and the orchards and stuff like that. Um, but beyond that, I mean, they might work on something like a no man's land starting out with really small equipment type of thing. Mm. I mean, none of them get over 100 horsepower either, so you've got that to contend with too. Come on, get daylight. Eventually, daylight? Come on, Farm Sim. Catch up. There we go. My dog's barking like an idiot. Excuse you, Tech Mike. Little squeaker there. Thank you for that stretch there, badass. Ugh. Ah, come on. What the heck? Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. I rolled over my pant leg with my seat. Ah.
It's good to see I'm not the only one that does that.
Morning, Hogwarts Army. How are you doing today? Anybody has any more questions concerning the Antonio Carraro pack, make sure you pop them in a chat. I can do my best to answer them prior to the end of the stream. I said I'm not going to go super long today. I just can't do it. This map pack is free. It's Volcano Island. It's part of the SGA mod folder switcher for downloads. If you do exclamation SGA, it should bring you a link for our website. No, it is not. It's PC only at the moment. Dave is going to try to get it onto console, but the likelihood is, I mean, it's ultimately up to Giants if Dave can get it onto console or not. He's gonna try. I'm doing alright. As good as can be expected, I guess. This tractor doesn't have beacons. Yeah, it sure is. I said, I mean, they're meant for orchard work. Orchards and vineyards. So they're kind of equivalent in size to, like I said, the little Fent Vario for orchard work. The little Landini. So, kind of a little bit smaller, but equivalent in size. So they're all small tractors, ranging from 35 horse on up to 98. Whereas your Landini can get you up to 112. The little Fent can get you up to 114. You've got these, the Z-Doors that'll get you to like 117 horsepower. But, that Landini's 40 grand. The Z-Doors are around 50 grand. That Fent goes to 77. Whereas your most expensive one of these with the 4-tracks is 100. But you can get, a 98 horse one of these for 60 grand. Let's see. Mowers. Where's the mower section? Oh, I didn't put a 3-point on the front of this one. Or this one doesn't have a 3-point, I should say, on the front. I mean, it'll do it. It says it shouldn't, but it does it. I mean, by rights, that tractor shouldn't even be able to do that. Because that little tractor is the 4400, has 38 horse. You know, it's only got 38 horsepower for this tractor. And that mower should take 40 horsepower. There you have it. It'll do it. So, you know, that could be a nice little setup for doing around your fields. You want to be able to get right close without potentially running over anything. I mean, granted, you mulch that, you don't mow it, but it'll technically go down the row. Yeah, see, this one won't change directions, but insufficient power. Really? Yeah, that requires 70 horsepower for that mulcher. Wow, okay. Never mind then. Well, that is the Antonio Carraro Pack, folks. 10 small tractors, great for your orchards and vineyards, or if you just like small tractors that are less than 100 horsepower. But, I mean, they can outperform themselves if you like to, you know, forget physics exists for a few minutes. Probably Tech Mike. On that note, though, like I said, my back is telling me I need to go lay down. Hopefully tomorrow my back's feeling a bit better and we can maybe go a little bit longer. Till then, I appreciate you guys all coming and hanging out, checking out the Antonio Carraro Pack. We will see you guys later. Who is available in La La Land? We have Evil Reyes is still going for the SGA. Yeah, let's go raid Evil Reyes. Why not? Another SGA member. He's playing some Transport Fever. We'll go give him some love. Say hi to him. He's finally back to streaming again after a bit. He's been kind of missing for a while. I appreciate y'all hanging out. You guys have a good day, and we will see you hopefully tomorrow, if not sometime later this week. Bye, everybody.